Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep, slow breath. Imagine the vast, infinite expanse of the cosmos, a sea of absolute freezing darkness, dotted with the warm, distant light of ancient stars. In this endless ocean of silence, our planet floats like a fragile blue jewel. We often think of space as completely silent. We think of the ground beneath our feet as solid, immovable, and entirely quiet. But this is an illusion. Deep beneath the soil, beneath the concrete cities, beneath the crushing weight of the deepest oceans, the Earth is speaking. It is whispering a secret. Every 26 seconds, without fail, a rhythmic pulse ripples through the very fabric of our planet. It is a faint, ghostly heartbeat, a seismic hum that has continued for decades, perhaps centuries, or even millions of years. It never stops. It never speeds up. It never slows down. And the most fascinating part, despite all our advanced technology, despite our satellites and supercomputers, no one can definitively explain why it happens. Today, we are going to leave the noise of the surface behind. We are going to travel deep into the subterranean dark, tracing the origin of this mysterious signal. Let go of your worldly worries. Allow the steady, eternal rhythm of the Earth to guide you into a state of profound peace. To understand this majestic planetary mystery, we must travel back in time. The year is 1962. The world is caught in the chaotic rush of the space race, with eyes fixed firmly on the stars. But a researcher named Jack Oliver was looking in the opposite direction. He was looking down. Working at the Lamont Doherty Geological Observatory, Oliver was analyzing long paper scrolls covered in the erratic ink lines of seismographs. These instruments were designed to detect the violent, chaotic shaking of earthquakes. But amidst the random noise, amidst the jagged lines of shifting tectonic plates, Oliver noticed something profoundly strange. He saw a pattern, a tiny rhythmic blip. It was a microseism, a faint earth tremor that was not caused by a sudden fracture of rock, but by a continuous, rhythmic force. He tracked the origin of this gentle vibration to somewhere in the southern Atlantic Ocean. At the time, technology was limited. The exact source remained hidden in the watery depths. The scientific community was intrigued, but the mystery was pushed aside, buried in dusty archives. Decades passed. Technology evolved. In the early 2000s, digital seismology allowed scientists to look at the Earth's vibrations with unprecedented clarity. And there it was. The same pulse, still beating, every 26 seconds. The Earth was still whispering its hidden rhythm into the void of space. The illusion of stillness. When you lie down to rest, the ground beneath you feels perfectly still. But this stillness is a magnificent illusion. The Earth is a dynamic, living vessel, trembling with invisible energies. Illustration idea: a slow-motion, glowing animation of the Earth, revealing glowing, concentric ripples passing through the crust. Every 26 seconds, a gentle wave washes through the rock, through the mantle, passing right beneath your resting body. It is a microseism, so subtle that human senses are completely blind to it. We often mythologize the Earth as a static rock, a dead stage upon which life simply happens. But the truth is much more beautiful. The planet is in constant motion, singing a deep, low-frequency song that requires specialized instruments to hear. Knowing this helps us feel less isolated. We are resting on a world that breathes and vibrates along with us. The rhythm of the cosmos. Consider the majestic precision of 26 seconds. Count it in your mind. 1, 2, 3. It is a slow, methodical pace. Not rushed, not frantic. It is the tempo of eternity. Illustration idea: a giant ethereal pendulum swinging slowly through the starry backdrop of space, ticking every 26 seconds. In the grand tapestry of the universe, rhythms are everywhere. Pulsars spin with atomic precision. planets orbit in perfect harmonic resonance. This 26-second pulse is Earth's contribution to the cosmic symphony. It is a reminder that order exists within the apparent chaos of nature. When you feel overwhelmed by the unpredictable noise of daily life, you can anchor your thoughts to this singular, undeniable truth. Deep within the planet, a steady, calm rhythm is keeping time in the dark. A global reach. This pulse does not merely stay in one place, it travels. It is a global traveler, moving through continents and oceans with silent grace. Illustration idea: a map of the world dissolving into a network of glowing fibers, showing a pulse originating near Africa and spreading to North America, Asia, and Antarctica. The seismic wave travels at incredible speeds through the deep rock, passing through quartz, granite, and basalt. It echoes through the deep cratons of ancient continents. It registers on seismometers locked in icy vaults in the South Pole and on instruments buried deep in the silent forests of Russia. It is a unifying force, a single vibration that touches every corner of the globe. You are physically connected to this wave, no matter where you are listening to this from. We are all united by this gentle, planetary heartbeat. Triangulating the source. For years, scientists acted as planetary detectives, listening to the echoes to find the source. Using a network of modern seismometers, they triangulated the signal. Illustration idea: 3 beams of light projecting from different continents, intersecting in the dark blue waters off the western coast of Africa. They traced the 26-second pulse back to a very specific, remote location, a place far removed from the hustle of modern civilization. The Gulf of Guinea, more specifically, an area known as the Bight of Bonny. Here, the ocean stretches wide and deep, hiding its secrets beneath rolling waves and impenetrable darkness. It is poetic to think that the heartbeat of the world originates in the cradle of the ocean, a place of immense power and profound depth. The Bight of Bonny. Imagine standing on the edge of the world, looking out over the waters of the Gulf of Guinea. The air is thick with sea salt. The horizon is a blur of water and sky. Illustration idea: a drone shot soaring low over deep, hypnotic, dark blue ocean waves rolling in slow motion. Beneath the surface, the continental shelf drops away sharply into the abyss. This is the stage for our planetary mystery. The ocean here is not just a body of water, it is an active participant in the Earth's internal machinery. Many believe that the secret to the 26-second pulse lies exactly at this underwater cliff, where the immense weight of the Atlantic meets the solid foundation of the African continent. The oceanic drum hypothesis. How can water make the solid Earth ring like a bell? This brings us to the first major theory, the oceanic wave theory. Illustration idea: an animation showing massive ocean swells traveling across the ocean and crashing against the underwater continental shelf, lighting up with kinetic energy. Think of the ocean surface as a giant, soft drumstick, and the continental shelf as a massive stone drum. As regular ocean swells, driven by the winds, travel across the Atlantic, they eventually hit the shallowing seabed of the Bight of Bonny. The energy of the moving water has nowhere to go but into the rock. It transfers its momentum, sending a shockwave deep into the Earth's crust. The mathematics of water. But why 26 seconds? Ocean waves seem chaotic, splashing and crashing without order. This is a common myth, that the ocean is entirely unpredictable. Illustration idea: a split screen showing chaotic surface waves on top and perfectly rhythmic, long-period swells deep underwater on the bottom. In reality, deep ocean swells organize themselves over vast distances. By the time storms from the distant Southern Ocean send their waves up to the Gulf of Guinea, the different frequencies of water have sorted themselves out. The result is a highly regular, slow-moving swell. It takes exactly 26 seconds for one massive wave to follow another. and so, every 26 seconds, the water strikes the stone and the earth chimes. The solar connection. If we trace this energy even further back, we arrive at the sun. The sun's radiant heat creates the weather on our planet. Illustration idea. A majestic, slow zoom out from the ocean, past the atmosphere, to the glowing, warm face of the sun in space. The solar energy unevenly heats the atmosphere, generating massive pressure systems. These systems give birth to the winds. The winds blow relentlessly across the open ocean, pushing the water, transferring solar energy into kinetic energy. Therefore, the 26-second pulse is, in a beautiful indirect way, the rhythm of the sun echoing within the dark rocks of the earth. It is cosmic energy transformed into a terrestrial lullaby. The magic of resonance. Yet there is a mystery within the mystery. Waves hit coasts all over the world. Why does only the Bight of Bonny produce this distinct 26-second heartbeat that travels the globe? Illustration idea. A visual metaphor of a tuning fork striking a specific piece of crystal that glows brilliantly while other rocks remain dark. This brings us to the concept of resonance. Every physical object has a natural frequency, a specific pitch at which it loves to vibrate. It seems that the specific geometry of the continental shelf in the Gulf of Guinea is perfectly tuned to the 26-second interval. When the waves hit here, the Earth does not just absorb the impact, it resonates. It amplifies the sound, turning a local splash into a global song. An alternative theory emerges. But science is a journey of endless questions. Not everyone is convinced by the ocean wave theory. Some scientists looked at the Bight of Bonny and saw something else. Illustration idea. The ocean fades to transparent, revealing a towering, majestic underwater volcano waiting quietly in the dark. Very close to the source of the pulse lies the island of São Tomé. And São Tomé is not just any island, it is the tip of a massive volcano that rises from the ocean floor. This led to a fascinating alternative theory. What if the heartbeat is not coming from the water above, but from the fire below? The volcanic heart. Deep beneath São Tomé, rivers of liquid rock, magma, flow through subterranean chambers. Illustration idea. A hypnotic, slow-moving visualization of glowing orange magma surging rhythmically through dark, cavernous tubes. The volcanic theory suggests that the 26-second pulse is caused by a phenomenon called a micro-earthquake, but not the destructive kind. As magma moves under high pressure, it can cause the surrounding rock to expand and contract. If there is a large, resonant chamber filled with magma, the fluid dynamics could create a rhythmic, repeating pressure wave. A volcanic heartbeat, a steady internal throb of the Earth's molten blood. Debunking the myth of the hollow Earth. Some wild theories on the internet suggest this pulse is evidence of artificial machinery or a hollow Earth. Let us gently let go of these myths. Illustration idea. A cross-section of the Earth showing the solid, majestic layers of crust, mantle, and the glowing, dense core radiating a calm heat. The reality of geology is far more awe-inspiring than science fiction. The solid and semi-fluid layers of our planet are a complex, interactive system. The 26-second pulse, whether oceanic or volcanic, is a testament to the immense, natural forces of fluid dynamics and seismology. It is a reminder that our planet is a giant, natural engine, infinitely complex and beautifully real. Aso volcanoes whisper. To support the volcanic theory, scientists look to other volcanoes around the world. In Japan, the majestic Mount Aso also produces a continuous, rhythmic microseismic signal. Illustration idea. A serene, misty view of Mount Aso in Japan, with subtle, glowing ripples emanating from its caldera into the sky. Mount Aso's pulse is much faster, but the mechanism is the same, vibrating fluids and gases deep within the volcanic plumbing. This tells us that volcanoes are perfectly capable of singing. If Mount Aso can hum a fast tune, perhaps the deep chambers beneath São Tomé are singing a slow, deep, 26-second bass note. The dance of water and fire. The scientific community remains divided. Some favor the ocean waves, others favor the subterranean fire. And perhaps the truth is a delicate dance of both. Illustration idea. A split screen merging. Ocean waves crashing rhythmically on the left, glowing magma pulsing rhythmically on the right, perfectly synchronized. Imagine the immense pressure of the ocean's swells acting upon the active volcanic crust. The water pushing down, the magma pushing up. The 26-second pulse might be the ultimate natural harmony, born at the exact intersection of Earth's two most powerful forces, the deep ocean and the molten rock. It is a profound balance. The scale of the unseen. To truly appreciate this pulse, we must shift our perspective of scale. A single wave or a single surge of magma seems small. Illustration idea. A slow zoom out from a human standing on a beach, pulling back past the atmosphere until the Earth is just a tiny marble suspended in the infinite black void. But the planet is massive. For a pulse to be registered on seismometers on the opposite side of the world, in the quiet, frozen wastes of Antarctica, the energy involved must be immense. Yet, the Earth handles this energy effortlessly. It absorbs the impact and transforms it into a gentle, non-destructive vibration. The planet is a master of absorbing shock and maintaining peace. The deafness of human ears. Why can't we hear it? The frequency of the pulse is far, far below the threshold of human hearing. Illustration idea. A visual representation of sound waves. Fast, tight waves representing human speech, contrasted with long, massive, slow-rolling waves representing the 26-second microseism. Our ears are evolved to hear the snapping of twigs, the rustle of leaves, the voices of our loved ones. We are not evolved to hear the movements of tectonic plates or the deep-sea currents. Our biological limits keep us blissfully unaware of the immense, roaring forces of the planet. We live in a bubble of quiet, protected from the profound, deep bass song of the sphere we inhabit. The comfort of the pulse. There is something deeply soothing about a steady, unchanging rhythm. Psychologically, humans are drawn to regular beats. Illustration idea. A glowing, rhythmic sine wave that matches the pace of a slow, relaxed human breath, overlaying a starry sky. From the time we are in the womb, we are comforted by the rhythmic thumping of a mother's heartbeat. When we learn that the Earth itself has a heartbeat, it taps into that primal sense of security. The world is not just a random collection of rocks falling through space. It has a tempo. It has a rhythm. It holds a steady beat, acting as a cosmic metronome for all life on the surface. Comparing the worlds. Earth is not alone in its vibrations. Thanks to rovers and landers, we have placed seismometers on the Moon and on Mars. Illustration idea. A panoramic, dusty red Martian landscape with the InSight lander sitting quietly, a faint, erratic pulse flashing beneath it. The Moon rings like a bell when struck by meteors, but it lacks a steady heartbeat. Mars has Marsquakes, but the red planet is mostly quiet, a frozen desert. The continuous, steady, 26-second pulse appears to be a unique signature of our living Earth. It requires dynamic oceans, thick atmospheres, or active inner heat, things our neighboring planets have lost or never had. A signature of life's cradle. In the search for exoplanets, astrobiologists look for signs of dynamic activity. A planet that vibrates with microseisms is a planet that is geologically alive. Illustration idea. A futuristic telescope view of a distant, colorful exoplanet in another solar system, surrounded by faint seismic rings hinting at unseen oceans. If an alien species were listening to our solar system with ultra-sensitive gravitational or seismic sensors, they might detect this 26-second pulse. It would tell them that the third rock from the sun is not a dead, static world. It is a world of moving water, churning rock, and active energy. The pulse is the signature of a habitable world. The beauty of the unresolved. In an age where we have mapped the human genome and photographed black holes, it is remarkable that this mystery remains. Illustration idea. A beautiful, complex mathematical equation fading into a dark, starlit nebula, symbolizing the limits of human knowledge fading into the beauty of the cosmos. Some people feel frustrated when science cannot provide a definitive answer, but we should embrace it. The unresolved mysteries are the most beautiful. They leave room for wonder. They remind us that the universe is vast, deep, and complex, and that we have not yet mastered nature. The 26-second pulse is a gentle, rhythmic reminder of our own humble place in the cosmos. Entering the deep time. When you align your mind with the 26-second pulse, you enter what geologists call deep time. Illustration idea. A time-lapse of a starry sky spinning over an ancient, weathered mountain range, conveying the passage of millennia in seconds. Human lives are measured in days, months, and years, but the Earth measures its life in millions and billions of years. The 26-second pulse has likely been beating since before the first humans walked the Earth. It beat while the pyramids were built. It beat while empires rose and fell. It is an eternal constant, indifferent to the brief, chaotic drama of the surface world. The meditation of the deep. Let us use this rhythm. Imagine you are resting safely in a dark, warm, subterranean chamber, surrounded by smooth, ancient stone. Illustration idea. A slow camera pan through a beautiful, luminescent crystal cave deep underground, with absolute silence except for a faint, perceived vibration. You don't need to hear the pulse, you can simply feel it in your mind. Every 26 seconds, a soft, warm wave of energy passes over you, washing away tension, erasing anxiety. It starts at the tips of your toes, travels up your spine, and dissipates into the darkness above. A constant cleansing wave. A planetary lullaby. The sheer persistence of the signal is a form of planetary endurance. It never tires. Illustration idea. A glowing blue Earth slowly rotating with a soft pulsing aura of white light flashing gently every few seconds. Just as your own heart beats autonomously without you having to think about it, the Earth takes care of itself. You do not need to control the world. You do not need to carry the weight of the sky. The planet supports you. The planet is keeping time. You can let go of your need for control and simply surrender to the massive, gentle gravity of the Earth. The symphony of layers. Think about the journey of the wave. From the Bight of Bonny, it travels through the brittle outer crust. Illustration idea. A surreal, cross-sectional dive through the Earth. From the sandy ocean floor, through dense grey granite, down to the glowing red, plastic-like asthenosphere. It encounters the mantle, a layer of hot, flowing rock that moves slower than fingernails grow. The wave alters its speed, bending and refracting like light passing through a glass prism. It is a masterpiece of physics, unfolding deep in the dark, every 26 seconds, in absolute silence. It is a hidden masterpiece of nature. The modern seismometer. Today, instruments designed to detect this pulse are incredibly sensitive. They are isolated in deep vaults, shielded from changes in temperature and atmospheric pressure. Illustration idea. A sleek, modern metallic seismometer sitting on a stone pedestal in a dimly lit, perfectly quiet underground vault, its internal laser glowing softly. Even the footsteps of a human kilometers away can disturb them. Yet, piercing through all the local noise, the 26-second pulse arrives. It is a testament to the signal's strength and purity. It is the undeniable voice of the planet, whispering a low, deep syllable over and over again.
Debunking the fear of the deep.
Some might find the idea of deep planetary forces intimidating or frightening. The myth is that the deep Earth is solely a place of destructive earthquakes and violent eruptions. Illustration idea: a peaceful, warm, glowing geyser pool, radiating gentle heat into a snowy landscape, showing the gentle side of Earth's internal energy. But the 26-second pulse proves otherwise. The vast majority of the Earth's energy is expressed smoothly, rhythmically, and peacefully. The planet is not trying to shake us off, it is slowly humming. The deep Earth is a place of profound, immense calmness, where massive forces balance each other out perfectly. Connecting mind and planet. Try breathing in time with the concept of the pulse. Take a slow, deep breath in for 6 seconds. Hold it softly. Release it slowly. Illustration idea: a silhouette of a person meditating on a mountaintop under the Milky Way, with a glowing pulse expanding outwards from their chest, matching a pulse expanding from the mountain. While a 26-second breath cycle is long for a human, you can imagine your own biological rhythms sinking into the slow, majestic pace of the Earth. As you slow your breathing, your heart rate drops. Your mind clears. You align yourself with the slow, deliberate machinery of the cosmos. The ocean's eternal caress. Let us return to the ocean for a moment. If the oceanic theory is correct, it paints a picture of eternal devotion. Illustration idea: a majestic, slow-motion shot of a single, giant, glassy wave rising in the open ocean, reflecting the moonlight before gently rolling onward. The ocean has been caressing the continental shelf for eons. The water is endlessly patient. It shapes the stone. It transfers its energy. It creates a song. It is a relationship between water and rock that is older than life itself. When you listen to the sound of waves on a beach, you are hearing the chaotic, high-frequency version of the deep, planetary heartbeat. The ongoing watch. Scientists will continue to monitor the Gulf of Guinea. New arrays of underwater sensors might one day definitively prove the oceanic or the volcanic theory. Illustration idea: a futuristic, autonomous submarine gliding silently through the pitch-black ocean depths, its headlights illuminating a massive, ancient underwater cliff face. But even if the mystery is solved, the magic will remain. Understanding the mechanics of a clock does not make the concept of time any less beautiful. Knowing exactly how the Earth generates this pulse will not diminish the profound, hypnotic awe of a planet that constantly rings in the dark. Drifting into the cosmic silence. As we conclude our journey into the deep, visualize the Earth once more from the silence of space. Illustration idea: the camera pulls away from the Earth, passing the Moon, until the Earth is just a pale blue dot, silently glowing and pulsing with a gentle rhythm in the massive void. The 26-second pulse is happening right now. It happened while you were listening. It will happen as you sleep. It is a guardian rhythm, a continuous promise that the planet remains active, alive, and beautifully balanced. Let the thought of this immense, silent vibration carry you away from the noise of the surface deep into the tranquil, endless calm of the night. And so, the mystery remains. Whether it is the rhythmic beating of deep ocean waves against the submerged cliffs of Africa, or the slow, rhythmic pulsing of liquid fire beneath the crust, the 26-second microseism continues. It is the Earth's eternal lullaby, playing softly in the dark void of the cosmos. As you drift closer to sleep, remember that you are supported by a living, breathing planet, a massive vessel carrying us safely through the stars, keeping time with its hidden, gentle heartbeat. Let go of the surface noise. Allow yourself to sink into the deep, rhythmic peace of the Earth. Thank you for joining us on this hypnotic journey into the unknown. If this exploration of Earth's hidden heartbeat brought you peace, please gently tap the like button and subscribe for more deep space and planetary mysteries. Before you close your eyes, leave a comment below. What do you truly feel is the source of this eternal vibration? The restless ocean or the deep volcanic fire? Sweet dreams and stay curious.